love what you love. We are the animation capital of the world.
Nicktoons Network was once a channel that was exactly what it sounded like, a hub for Nicktoons, new and old. Go back to December 2006 and find a full programming lineup filled with a variety of Nicktoons and a limited number of slots for series like Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, and SpongeBob because newer Nicktoons had their slots on Nick. Today is nothing close. The only throwback series that remains on Nicktoons Network are Barnyard and Jimmy Neutron, and both air between the oh-so-critical hours of 3 and 6 a.m., being essentially filler between that infomercial about cheese grating your grandma will probably buy into. Between 6 a.m. and 1 p.m., there's only one Nicktoon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Gladly, after one, Nicktoons drops Nicktoons. But pay attention to what occupies the time slots. Harvey Beaks, okay. Sanjay and Craig, okay. Rabbids. Why? Do you guys not have, say, a couple dozen original Nicktoons you could fill that spot with?
LT Gray and Danny Phantom on Nicktoons Network.
Breadwinners. No other Nicktoon that was thought of by a large margin of the community as the dumbest show to come out of Nick since Fanboy and Chum Chum. Oh, more Rabbids. Oh, they aren't even Nicktoons. Followed by Fairly Odd Parents, more Sanjay and Craig, and Breadwinners. Again, there are three things I want to call out about this lineup. Originally, newer content would have been on the main Nick channel. Loudhouse is the only new series that gets that treatment, and because Nickelodeon has become filled with more sitcoms than ever, while also having a midday SpongeBob marathon, the only hope for newer or slightly new cartoons from Nickelodeon is a channel that was originally based itself on being a secondary channel for Nicktoons. My bigger issue, what are live-action sitcoms doing on a channel titled Nicktoons? Years after Cartoon Network got flack and lower ratings for having live-action content on a channel titled Cartoon Network, Viacom found it highly intelligent to place Nick's live-action series on a channel meant for Nicktoons. What makes things even more confusing is that Teen Nick and the standard Nick channel are already programmed to the max with live-action content, so there should be no need for Nicktoons Network to carry more. On top of all of that, the Splat, a programming block that premieres classic Nicktoons, is on Teen Nick, not Nicktoons. But the most confusing thing of all is that the Splat shouldn't even exist. The purpose of Nicktoons is to air Nicktoons, remove the live action content off of Nicktoons, cut the number of Rabbid blocks, and fill the channel with Nicktoons. This shouldn't be difficult or confusing. This should be common sense. It is true that Nicktoons Network had been suffering from incredibly low ratings for a cable channel, and still is, lower than Disney XD in fact, but the idea that the latest iteration of Nicktoons Network doesn't feature a diversity of Nicktoons or a throwback is a clear failure of the channel. It's clear that the corporate control didn't understand the potential of Nicktoons Network after the rebrand significantly changed its purpose. After the channel has been so greatly damaged, either Nick should just knock all live action content off of Nicktoons and return it to an animation channel, or just shut it down. Nicktoons is a relevant word sans today. Teen Nick is the only place for classic Nick content, and Nickelodeon could use more Nicktoons anyway. But what do you think of Nicktoons? Am I taking things too far, or does the icon deserve redemption? Tell me in the comments and subscribe for more Nick, cartoon, and Disney content. I'm Brian Swan, and this is A Democracy.